All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I got us a very interesting video to go over today from an account called Kawari over on X. And this particular account is for an artist that seemingly does different kinds of artwork, including adult content. And apparently, they were just deplatformed on Patreon. Yes, we're not kidding. We got another example of censorship and deplatforming over on Patreon. And Patreon is known to do this over and over and over again. This is not the first time they've done this, but every time it happens, we should talk about it because we need to call these companies out for exactly what they're doing. They will deplatform somebody like this, but they won't deplatform other instances of actual real harm. They won't do it. But when it comes to fictional content, they might be a little bit spicy. Well, that's just too damn much, according to Patreon. So we're going to talk about it and go through this thread. This is a six-page thread that we're going to go over on X, and we got some thoughts from Madam Savvy as well, talking about this particular situation. So it says, my Patreon page was removed without prior notification. I've lost access to the account along with years of work, my supporters, and my main source of income, including all funds. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to link this thread in the description box below so you guys can go check it out after watching this video. Show this person some love, maybe give him a like, a follow, whatever the case may be. You can clearly see this page has been removed. When we go down to the second page here, it says, for context, I had previously warned on their website and via email that my account was in violation of community guidelines back in November of 2023. My page had clearly stated that all characters depicted in my artworks are consenting adults. During that time, my Patreon hadn't been taken down and I was given the chance to remove the violating post before I was able to continue posting as usual. Well, here's the thing, right? So you can do that, right? They can give you the option to do that in the beginning. But if they find you problematic, they're going to look for any excuse to take you down. They're not going to give you the ability to fight back. That's basically what's going to happen here. After a certain point, they're going to take you down no matter what with zero prior approval whatsoever because they just find you to be too problematic. But in any case, during that time that it had been taken down, they were given a chance to remove the post and they were able to continue posting as usual. Here's the screenshot showcasing the original notification on November 21st. Of 2023, where it says, hi there, this is Robin from the Trust and Safety team here at Patreon. I'm writing to let you know that your account is in violation of our community guidelines. Per our guidelines, we have zero tolerance for depiction of apparently minors being sexualized, which extends to any shota or lolly content, bestiality, incest, and violence, etc. Please be aware that our guidelines apply equally to off-platform activity. So the hilarious thing is that Patreon is not even going to be targeting their own platform. They would target you if you're just a little bit too problematic on other platforms, which I find to be absolutely hilarious. But that's what they do. That's what a lot of these companies do now. They're willing to ban you based off what you do off of their platform. So even if the violative content, in their eyes anyway, is not on their platform for their own users to see, it doesn't matter. As long as you do it in general, well, they're going to ban you. This is what they tried to do. But in any case, they basically said that you have to remove XYZ examples in order for it to be restored. Then it says, I was advised that their guidelines apply equally to off-platform activities and that their main issue was in the titling of posts as they do not allow explicit mentions of school. As long as I change the title of the post, then I wouldn't have to remove them. The issue, it says here, according to the picture, hi, Kawari, thanks for writing back to me. The issue is in the titling of the post as we do not allow explicit mentions of school. If you change the titles, you do not have to remove the post. Please note that our community guidelines apply to off-platform activity. All content linked to and from Patreon must be within our guidelines. You need to remove this type of content from platforms and websites linked to Patreon, like PIXIV and Twitter. If you prefer, you can remove all links to the Patreon instead. Let me know if you have any questions. So it seems like they were willing to work with this person back in 2023, but for some reason, that's just not the case anymore. I was also given a list of the artworks that I needed to remove, many of which were not safe for work and did not have not safe for work variations. They even included safe for work pieces that I had drawn from before I started my Patreon. Since then, I've made sure to pay close attention to the titling and themes of my posts as to not violate guidelines further. If you look here, hi again, Kawari. To clarify, you only need to remove the violated artworks or the links, not both. If you want to keep the links, you would need to edit or remove the below artworks and tags on PIXIV. And then it links a whole bunch of tags here. If you want to keep the artworks, you would need to remove the links below and the PIXIV link from your Patreon about section. The same changes need to be made to Twitter as well. Let me know if you have any questions. So, does anybody else find it insane that Patreon is monitoring what you do on Twitter and outside platforms? I think that's pretty crazy. But in any case, the post cited in my recent violation included characters that I have been drawing even before my violation from 2023 in the exact same style and proportions that Patreon seemed to not have any issues with back then, as I had worked with their trust and safety team to make sure that all violating posts had been removed. As a flat-chested adult woman myself, it's extremely discouraging to see the way adult characters with similar petite characteristics are being treated. So this is a major problem, right? Where unfortunately, what this woman's saying is true. Petite women are, in a way, being targeted because they are considered to be childlike when drawn and depicted. And that's obviously a major issue, right? These are adult women. They are being targeted by this mindset where apparently if you are too petite, well, I mean, you're basically a child at that point. Who cares if you're a 30-year-old woman? It doesn't matter. You are basically a child in the eyes of the law of the payment processors. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is. But that's the mindset that they have. This is why when you try to enact censorship with a blanket slate, you tend to do misses, right? You tend to get some misses here. And when you utilize AI especially, you will guarantee that you're going to get some misses. So if we look at this picture that she actually showcased, it says, hello, this is Patreon's trust and safety team. This is in 2025, August 8th. Your Patreon features material that falls outside the bounds of our community guidelines that have been removed. As a reminder, Patreon has zero tolerance for real or animated child sexual abuse or other exploitative works depicting minors, regardless of how the works were created, whether they're hand-drawn, cartoon, text-based, photorealistic, or computer-generated, among others. Please find one or more examples of violations that contributed to this decision below. Post, Mokugo swimsuit alts. Post, in a bay tentacle summoning gone wrong. Post, sex with Mokugo. Outstanding funds related to prohibited projects will be refunded to fans as appropriate. Patreon's trust and safety team does not make decisions lightly and only removes pages after a thorough review process. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check out Madam Savvy's thoughts on this entire situation, as she's a little bit more involved in this kind of a scene, where she says Patreon, bullied by Visa and MasterCard, will also dictate your entire career as an artist. They will now monitor your off-platform art. So even if you follow their rules on their platform, if you post something off-platform that violates it, even if it is an NSFW, then they will ban you. But Visa and MasterCard aren't going after Roblox, mind you, or OnlyFans, or Diddy, or Hollywood, or criminals. This isn't some small fry or an accident. This is a major creator with a very large following. This is all getting out of hand. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, she's not wrong, right? Savvy calls it exactly how it is. This is somebody with over 352,000 followers on X. I can only imagine what their other accounts must look like. I'm not going to click them because I'm just not going to go to those websites. But still, I can only imagine just how many followers this artist actually has. And to see them get deplatformed in a way from Patreon is wild to me. It's absolutely wild. You can say what you want about the art they're depicting. And again, I can have my own opinions, but opinions are basically what we wipe our asses with at the end of the day. Whether I agree with this or not, if they are following the rules and regulations, then there should be no issues, right? That's kind of how I see it, even if it's not content for me. This is the problem with groups like Collective Shout, for example. If they find something to be problematic to them, if they find something that they don't personally like, then they want to tell everybody else that they're not allowed to like it too. And that's the big problem. They try to control what adults do in their own free time, even when it is safe for work stuff like this. Like, this is not NSFW stuff. This is just standard shit. It's standard anime drawing. So what is the big problem? What is the big deal? I have no idea. But again, you can have your opinion on it, totally fine. But this person being deplatformed for shit like this, that especially is off platform, it's not even on the platform itself. They're monitoring her Twitter account. It's absolutely fucking insane. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this entire nonsense? What do you think about Patreon? Because keep in mind, like I said earlier in the video, Patreon has done this many times. They will continue to do this. And as they get called out, hopefully it gets harder and harder for them to do this so freely and so willingly. If they deplatform somebody with 352,000 followers on X, what do you think they're going to do to anybody else? It's pretty straightforward. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe, as we are 600 subs from 100K, and I will see you guys on the next one.